Hello, hello. It's Speak Now 1, Lesson 27, Part B. We are having a lesson called Do You Eat a Big Lunch? In this lesson, we're describing what we eat and we talk about healthy eating habits. So, this is more than language, more than English. It's public utility, utilidade pública, health for population. And we talked in part A about breakfast, lunch, afternoon snack, dinner and evening snack. Do you have 5 meals in your day? Like eating each 3 hours? Some people have to go to school to have lunch, to have what to eat in Brazil. This is sad, isn't it? But we aren't here in part A, in which we talked about different things and we talked whether the things were healthy, saudáveis, or not. Cereal, toast and jam, salad, bread and iced tea, candy, coffee, chicken, rice and cake, potato chips, chocolate and soda. What are the things that are not healthy? Well, I think it's easy to spot, right? But let's take a give a closer look to how to describe what we eat and talk about eating habits. Notice the different ways we talk about meals. Meals, refeições, remember, this is the language booster in our lesson 27, part B. I usually have eggs and toast for breakfast. I usually is an adverb of frequency, so I always, I sometimes, I never. I never drink coffee in the morning. I never drink coffee for breakfast. I usually have fruit and cereal for breakfast. I love noodles for lunch. If I say I usually have eggs and toast for breakfast, the other person can reply, I like a small breakfast. Or I prefer a small breakfast. And you, do you prefer a smaller breakfast? Or do you eat a big breakfast? Because some people think big breakfast, medium lunch, small dinner. It can be something good. What do you think about? Por que você não escreve nos comentários aquela ideia de super refeição no café da manhã, refeição média no almoço, refeição pequena na janta? Combina com você? Escreve nos comentários. What do you think about it? I love noodles for lunch. Noodles, macarrão tipo lamen. I try to have a healthy breakfast. Alright, very good. Healthy breakfast. What do you have for breakfast? I love noodles for lunch. Is it healthy? Maybe, se não for macarrão instantâneo, talvez tenha noodles que sejam super saudáveis, né? I like to have a sandwich for lunch. I try not to eat a lot of meat. Not a lot of meat can be good. And talking about having a sandwich for lunch, I remember an American guy. I asked him, how do you call these kinds of places like Burger King, McDonald's, KFC? Do you call them snack bars? And then he said, no, they are restaurants. But they serve snacks. No, they aren't snacks for us. For Americans, that's lunch, almoço. Because this is what they actually have for lunch. Crazy, isn't it? I think it's crazy. I always have a salad or a sandwich. I don't like to snack between meals. Look, snack can be a verb. So, I don't like to snack, eu não gosto de lanchar entre as refeições. I'm having beef stew and potatoes. I'm having beef stew and potatoes is what you're eating at the moment. You're describing. I'm having a juice. I'm having a light or a heavy lunch. Sorry? Carvão assustou aqui do meu lado. Sorry. So you see, by using this language, I like, look again at verb of frequency. I always have, or present continuous, I'm having beef. You have these different structures to describe what you eat. And here, I prefer something different. I try to have, so it's about habits. You are describing what you prefer to do. What you are trying to learn to do. I don't like to snack between meals. This is about habits. I'm having a light lunch. I'm having a light lunch is what you're doing at the moment. So take turns describing what you eat and your eating habits. I always have cereal and fruit for breakfast. I love salads for lunch, but I also eat other things. I always have something light at night. I'm having a juice, as I told you. I prefer a small breakfast. I try to have a healthy breakfast, healthy lunch, a healthy dinner. I try not to eat a lot of meat, but I think that protein is important, so I try to find very good vegetable sources. Well, to be honest, I like to snack between meals. And I'm not having lunch at the moment. And you, what do you like? What do you usually do? What don't you do? What do you prefer? Por que você não escreve nos comentários seus hábitos de café da manhã, seus hábitos de almoço? Eu vou amar saber. Bia, tell me. And we have now the audio here, the pronunciation exercise about regular noun, plurals, ending. Regular noun, plural, endings. Like here, we have 3 different sounds. Just like ed has 3 different sounds, we have 3 when we are talking about plural in English. Listen and practice and notice the different plural endings. We have grapes. Look, p, 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 ps. And then we have a sound consonant. Lemons. You don't say lemons. It's lemons. Lemons. And we have ch, ch. And we have peaches. You don't say peaches. Peaches. No, peaches. Right? This one, for example, where does it go? Well, let's take a look at these ones. Right? Let me see. Let me play for us.
Page 67. Pronunciation. A. Listen and practice. Notice the different plural endings.
Grapes. Lemons.
Lemons.
Peaches.
Peaches. Right? Well, what we have to do is complete the chart by grouping the words under its correct plural ending. Noodles, oranges, nuts, beans, juices. Well, I'm going to play because in 31 here we listen and check the answers. But you listen, you take a look, and then try to repeat the words. In the live lesson, we are going to do this again. And I hope you remember, but not because only because you heard, but because you understood that. Let me play.
Page 67. Pronunciation. C. Listen and check your answers. Then practice saying the words. Pay attention to the plural endings.
Grapes. Nuts.
Right? Grapes. Nuts.
Chips.
Chips.
Carrots.
Right? Easy. Chips. Carrot. Let me change the color, otherwise it's going to be a mess. Nice. Now lemons.
Lemons. Beans.
Beans.
Noodles.
Noodles.
Vegetables.
Vegetables.
Peaches.
Oops. Peaches. Now it's the third, right? Let me change the color again to make things clear for us. But you know the answers. Peaches. Orangey.
Juices. Oranges. Sandwiches.
Right? Basically, we have these different ways of saying the plural ending. Is grape. We don't say grapes, although it's es, because of the consonant. Grape. Sandwiches, oranges, juices, grapes, peaches. You see, it has the e sound. It isn't grapes, grapes, because we don't have the e sound. Grapes. In the end, and here you have the e sound, itchy, and then if you have the vowel sound e, you have the z sound, right? And when you have a sound consonant, you have the z. Basically, this is the explanation for. Ooh, what do you like from here? Okay, I like bread, I like biscuit, but I don't usually eat them in the morning. But come on, look at this jam here. Orange juice. But this is the best thing. Cereal. In class, we are going to discuss these questions for the Speak with Confidence section. Then we are going to try to ask follow-up questions. What are follow-up questions? Follow-up questions are those extra questions that we ask to show interest and to learn more about the topic or about the other person. For example, do you eat a big breakfast? No, I don't. I usually have a small breakfast. breakfast only with cereals and fruit. What do you have? Oh, sorry, I have already answered. Cereal and fruit. I shake them together with a little water and then I drink it. I usually have some cereals. I have sunflower seeds, semente de girassol, linseed, semente de linhaça, sesame, that is gergelim, and I also have oat, that is aveia. Sometimes I put chia, that is, I believe it's chia in English. They are really nutritious with a nice level of protein. I shake that usually with a banana, an apple, and some papaya. Most of the time I put milk, but coconut milk that I make at home. By shaking all of these, I think I'm nourished, alimentado, right? What do you usually have for lunch? I usually have lettuce, salad with lettuce, rice, beans, and a kind of meat, like a little chicken, a little pork, or a little beef. I try to eat other vegetables also. Like, for example, I usually have inhame, yam in English. I usually have broccolis, something, carrots. Yes, I think it's very nice. And you, what do you usually have for lunch? Be prepared, because we are going to talk about that in the live lesson. Rice and beans, really good. Do you prefer an early or a late dinner? Early dinner, like around 6 o'clock. A late dinner, around 10 p.m. And why? Well, I'd like to have my dinner at around 7 or 8, but sometimes I don't have time for that. So I prefer at 8, at 7, but I believe that usually or often I often have my dinner at around 9:30 or 10 p.m. Not very nice, not healthy. So I try to eat just a little in order not to gain weight. What are your least favorite healthy foods? Least favorite, menos favoritas. As comidas saudáveis menos favoritas. If I talk about grains, I think that chia is my least favorite grain, because it's a little hard to deal with. If I think about vegetables, about salads, I have some problem with acelga. It's not easy for me to have acelga. How do I say acelga in English? Let me ask word reference. Acelga. It's Swiss chard. All right. Beta vulgata. Beet spinach. Chinese cabbage. I think that's it. It's healthy, but I don't really like it. And you? What don't you like? What snacks do you like the most? Are they healthy? Well, I would say that Doritos is delicious, but I try not to eat them. So what do I what can I eat that is healthy? I like dates. Dates are delicious. White chocolate if you have dates. Dates are tamarisk. I really like them. I also like chocolate, of course. There's something that's not healthy, but I love. You get cream crackers and put some mozzarella cheese on top of it, and you heat it in the microwave for some seconds. That's delicious, really good. Okay, so these are my eating habits, and we are going to talk a lot during our live lesson. Get prepared to talk about your favorite snacks, your not favorite healthy foods, your dinner, the time of your dinner, what is your staple or the food that you usually eat, and to talk about breakfast, right? I hope you are well, much better when we have our live lesson. See you then. Bye bye.